Good evening. Um, it's very late, and I couldn't sleep. I don't know about you.
No.
No, we're both non-sleeping tonight. We laid down fairly early because we had a busy day, and we put on YouTube, and it's just so disheartening that every station or channel, I guess, on YouTube is in regards to that beautiful young man who lost his life. And it started affecting me really, really bad, more so tonight than when I first found out about this. And I don't know this young man. I know that I've watched him on YouTube, and, you know, I respected a lot of stuff that he did, and you really didn't watch him that much on YouTube, did you?
No, I only actually seen him like on the Gutfeld show and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like Fox when he came on Fox News.
I used to love when he would go out into the public and speak and ask questions and stuff like that. I thought he was just a very, very smart man.
Right.
And so, I'm laying in bed and I'm looking at him and I'm looking at the TV, and then I started doing some research on my phone, and I wanted to know exactly what kind of life this young man lived. I didn't want to hear his death. I wanted to know who he was as a person. And it was fairly interesting. I'm not going to touch on everything, but the stuff that I did find, he was a very, very talented, go-getter, strong, how would you say it?
Presence.
A strong presence and a leader, and he could have became president one day. I bet you he could have.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was like I said before, like a prophet, but no, he was a what would you call him? What did I say before when we were talking? He was like a
mentor.
Well, he tried to get to young people. He was a very prominent, persuasive speaker, and because he spoke from his heart and he spoke the truth,
Right.
And he had the Lord on his side, and Jesus went out and spoke, and that's who he reminded me of, where he would go out and speak, and try to get to the younger people and older, but mostly younger college kids, and I'm not too sure about junior high schools but college kids.
Right.
And try to wake them up, wake up. But from what I did research, I found that and I'm gonna call him Charlie because I just don't want to say his full name. Charlie Kirk. I don't want to say it over and over again. No disrespect to him, but I'd like to call him by his name. And by the way, my son's name was Charlie, the one that passed away.
Yeah.
So, but, at the age of 18, Charlie was given a speech at a university, and it was on Youth of Government Day, which was pretty impressive at the age of 18.
Sure.
And it actually impressed this gentleman, excuse me, by the name of Bill Montgomery. He was an entrepreneur. And he heard Charlie speak, and I guess afterwards he must have came up and talked to him and said, young man, why don't you put your college on hold and become a speaker? And I guess you know, he must have thought about it. And after Charlie graduated from high school, they actually started a program called Turning Point USA.
Right.
And Montgomery became Charlie's mentor. And he would work behind the scenes handling the organization, the paperwork, and whatnot. And Charlie was out there speaking, did what he did the best, and what he believed in. And then in October, he began a daily 3-hour radio talk show on Conservative Christian, the radio network channel. And Turning Point USA online audience he had, it grew to approximately from 83,000 to 111,000 in 2020. Then he also had social media accounts like on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and all those combined was over 10 million followers. That's amazing for this young man.
Sure.
And then, you know, in September of 21, Turning Point USA started, again, it's called Turning Point Live, and that was a 3-hour streaming talk show. And then, you know, he did so much within his life, but these are just key points that really stood out and stuck in my mind. He was a really, really go-getter, and he really believed in the stuff that he said. So, like, in 2025, Turning Point USA, oh my goodness, co-produced a documentary called Identity Crisis, and which it examined the radical gender ideology movement, which who ran that and who started that. Who started it? The Democrats.
Okay. I was dumb to that fact.
No, you were
I'm
not.
teasing.
No, you were not, because we spoke about that often.
Right.
And it pissed me off. It really did. You know, that whole gender ideology movement, and the social failures allowing the mutilation of children, and, you know, in their eyes, it was all okay. Well, in most of eyes, it wasn't. And especially in this young man, Charlie Kirk.
Right.
Yes, he was very, very strongly against that, as well as anybody with a sane mind should be. Charlie's faith was so strong in his belief in the good Lord. He truly believed, like, woke thinking was a serious threat to the nation. He spoke often about and I'm not going to say all those letters, the alphabet issues, and called the trans movement one of the most destructive social movements in human history, which I wholeheartedly agree with him.
Sure.
You know, I have nothing against gay people or, you know, lesbians or gays or what have you. But I know we grew up in an era where you kept that in your house. It wasn't, you know, we don't go around saying what we do, so why should they?
Right.
But no, in the Biden era, it was really pushed and went further, scary further. I mean, it was just not good. It was not good.
No.
he told the young gay conservatives that he disagreed with their lifestyle,
Right.
due to his own Christian beliefs. But he also did tell them that just because I believe what I believe in, doesn't make it that I can't speak to you or that I don't like you.
Right.
It's just that was his belief, and everybody has their own belief. So, and Charlie was also a very, very big Trump supporter.
Yep.
He supported Trump. I'm very tired. He supported Trump on the crackdown on gender identity. He went head to head with the California Democrat. What's his name? Gavin Newsom. On over his state and the protection of, I'm not even going to say it, the alphabet, and their rights. And also the trans women that were involved in, the sports. He was totally against that. And I don't blame him. So was I. A man is a man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't beat a man. Some women can, but a majority of women cannot. A man is by nature stronger. Trump's campaign against illegal immigrants.
Right.
He truly believed in that. He believed highly in restrictive immigration policies. Even opposing forms of some legal immigrations.
Right.
So, and again, everybody was up in arms not too long ago about all the illegal immigrants coming over here. Even the legal ones were against the illegal immigrants.
Yeah, they were.
It was like ridiculous. A big drain on our country, I mean, the man, he was 31 years old. He was a baby. A little baby. He had so much life to live. He was a loving husband to a very beautiful, strong woman. Yep. And a mother. Together they brought 2 beautiful children in this world. They're absolutely doll babies. And they were robbed. They were robbed of a wonderful future together. All because of, some idiot.
Thinking they're going to change the world.
Right. I mean, he was fatally shot at a Utah Valley University giving a speech. As he'd done, I'm sure, thousands of times before. But when this lowlife picked up the weapon, he sent Charlie to continue his work from above. And he took him away from us and his family, which it's a shame. He's such a good man, and they just took him away. And idiot, thank God that he confessed. I think it was, and don't quote me because I'm not sure. I've heard so much, but didn't he confess to his father, which also was at one time a pastor?
His father actually arrested him.
Okay, and he was a law enforcement for 20-something years?
27, I think you said.
Something like that.
But he was a minister, too, at one time.
And a pastor, a minister. And, believe me, they know not what they have done. There is such a worldwide outcry and movement going on right now. What are we seeing tonight? Japan, Korea,
UK.
One of them was over 100
over 100,000
Over
in the
100,000
streets.
in the streets. Yeah.
I can almost say they said 1 million, but
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But you know, there was a lot of people, and it was all over the world. And to see such an outcry
right,
and so many vigilant acts of respect going on, and you know, I would say protests, but they were not uh, troublesome.
well, let's put it this way. They thought because they took one man out, it was going to shut everything down and shut everybody up. That's what they want, okay? Korea, when they showed Korea, okay, they did away with one man. Now they got millions because all they were saying is, we are Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
We are Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
All right? They don't get it. And they never will.
Well, they are going to get it. They're going to get a rude awakening. From what I understand, like I said, I was flipping through. How many Democrats have turned their back on a Democratic Party?
They had one
Over
of
100.
what that left?
Yeah,
Over 1 million.
over 1 million. Oh, there you go, over 1 million. That's where you heard the million from.
Maybe. They had, I'll tell you what, the one video I watched, they had it on Democrats not going to vote Democrat no more. There was a young kid on there, a boy, maybe 14.
If that. Yes, a young man,
had
yes.
more intelligence than the left-leaning rat bastards that are in Congress. If you could have heard this boy talk, unbelievable. In what sense he made.
Yes, young man.
He's so upset that they did this. All right?
Yeah.
And it's unreal. As I told Sherry, the dragon's in flight because this isn't going away, and they do not know what they did.
They opened up a whole new way of life. I'm going to put it nicely. Charlie might have went home to be with the Lord, but his work is going to continue down here. And I believe that. I believe that maybe the world has finally woke up and said enough is enough.
Right.
And I pray to God that that's so. Because we were questioning what is going to happen to this world.
Right.
You know.
Well, we've seen parts of it. It's bad right now, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be as bad as we thought it would if this continues, which it will. It will, and the Democrats, believe me, are going to regret this crap that they've done.
I mean, with our children, it all had to be our children.
Right.
You know, with my God, you don't mess with people's kids.
No.
And you know.
And they got a reckoning coming anyway because his wife is a strong person.
Very strong press. God bless her.
Yeah.
She has a fire in her heart that's never going to die.
No, it just magnified 100 times.
Yes, I've seen her speak, and she is a strong woman. Yeah. God bless her. And I have a feeling that Charlie is right there beside her, holding her hand.
Sure he is.
You know, and those children will be raised by a very strong woman. And she's not going to let this go.
No.
As well, I would not.
None of us are going to let this go.
No. No. Every single person throughout the world cannot let this go.
And listen, this has nothing to do with whether he was Republican or whatever, or he backed Trump. This has to do with this didn't have to happen.
He was a good man.
And the left pushes people and they brainwash them. They find the weakest and they brainwash them. And that, in my opinion, and that's where it comes from. They continually push on them and push on them until they break.
Why do you think he went to colleges?
Right.
You know what I mean? It was a very smart man. They were getting to colleges to try to, as you say, brainwash them. And it seemed to have been working. And, you know, Charlie was right there behind him,
Right.
pushing back. And I just pray to God that people see, and these young people see, that they need to go on the right path.
You, besides the left pushing, because it will come from that, you want to tell them what the possibility is, why he did it?
What do you mean?
Why the guy assassinated Charlie?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, we did find out that his
Supposedly.
girlfriend, roommate / girlfriend, is a transgender person. I'm going to say person.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that you're going to have to do your research on, but that I did hear. And his family was very disturbed by the things that were coming from this idiot's mouth.
Right. But mind you, the person he lived with had nothing, in a sense of speaking, to do with this.
That we know of.
They seen all the messages.
Mm.
Really?
Mm. Yeah.
They actually helped. Because he's still a he right now, actually helped the FBI put together a good case against him, the assassin. And his father talked him into surrendering, and arrested him and put the cuffs on him. So, you know, we'll see.
And thank God there's a death penalty in Utah.
Oh, yeah. Trump said that he should get the death penalty, and Utah's waiting.
Mm. And it shouldn't have to be 20, 30 years.
No, they said it should be quick.
Good.
He should have a quick trial, and
Good.
it should be done.
Good. It shouldn't. You shouldn't have to.
No.
You know, you get your death penalty, and then you die of old age.
Right. And they said this guy his family was Republican, or is Republican. He was Republican, and he started changing in high school.
No, college.
No, high school. Was it college? He was 18. He was in college?
Yeah, I think it was college.
I apologize. In college. At 18, he started changing his thinking. So, there you go with the brainwashing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but like I said, this is a very late night. We were actually in bed, and
that's what you want to call it. I heard tossing and turning.
Yeah, we were tossing and turning because of all the stuff that we were hearing on YouTube, and I had to come out here and speak my mind and try to get some of it out of my mind so I could lay back down.
Right.
But I just want to tell you, just please, every night before you go to bed, just tell your children how much you love them. Or, you know, your family members, if they're walking out the door, just tell them how much you love them, because you don't know if that's the last words that you're ever going to say to them.
Right.
You know, whether, you know, even if me and my son or whatever spat at each other, the last thing we say is, I love you.
This is true.
And then we go on our way.
I mean, and they could, and everybody's done it here and there. They could be really mad at each other. And when it's time to go to bed, or when they hang up on the phone, you're, I love you, you know. But it's great, and it's the way it should be, you know.
Yeah.
The fight will always go away eventually, but you never.
We don't hold grudges against each
No,
other.
you can't.
I taught my children that.
You can't.
Yeah, so. But yeah, with that, like I said, hopefully we can lay our heads down a little bit and get some rest, because this has really affected us. I didn't really know how bad it has.
Yep.
But it has. Again, please be safe out there. Watch your surroundings. You don't know what's going to happen.
No. Stay aware.
And please be aware. And I am going to kill that fly because he keeps on flying into the camera lens. But we'll talk to you later, and hopefully our next video would be more of an upbeat.
Yeah, it's probably be a little more fiery.
Well, yeah.
Because
yeah.
believe me, it's working its way around.
Yeah.
If you've seen some of the videos we've seen today, these people are fired up.
Yeah, they are. They are. They're not mellow like we are right now.
Yeah, well,
Then
if I had my way.
No, so. But anyway, please be safe, be careful, and we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.